Stuart, the heroic actions of the two individuals who took down this gunman cannot be overstated. They were courageous and brave and put their own lives in danger. Talk about what they did right in the face of such a threat.
Well, we teach run, hide, and then as a last resort, fight. But I have been more upfront and more out front with our clients with respect to personal security. And if in fact they find themselves in this type of situation, and when I say this type of situation, this is a situation where it's a crowded venue. You're going to have, panic. You're going to have just chaos. And if, in fact, you realize or come quickly to realize you may be in that immediate zone of danger where potentially you may be the victim of being shot and killed, I say to someone, as hard as it may be, allow that human instinct to get the best of you, and you have to try to fend off this attack or this attacker. Now, I'm not advocating people to try to go out and try to be a hero or try to be a good Samaritan. But if, in fact, you are confronted with potentially lethal force being used against you, I don't want people to duck and cover and pretend as if they're not going to be shot and killed, because history has shown ourselves, and even more so last year in the supermarket shooting in Buffalo, where people kind of cowered and hid down on the aisles of a supermarket and tried to pretend as if they were dead. This individual came and just methodically walked and started to shoot people. And what I say to those type of scenarios, you must fight for your life. And hopefully in this particular situation, I cannot praise this individual enough for doing what he needed to do. He certainly put his own life on the line. And thankfully, there is no doubt he saved many, many lives that clearly would have been lost.
Right. A hero in all of our books. Before I let you go, Stuart, you're talking a little bit about the mindset in crowded places, at a grocery store, at the mall, wherever you go. What do you tell people about understanding your surroundings, knowing where exits are? It is just the reality that we all now face when we leave our homes that this could happen.
We talk about situational awareness. Now, I am an advocate that I try to tell people, try not to put yourself in a venue that necessarily may inherently be an increased risk to being a target of a scenario like this. But let's be honest, we've shown that it could happen in a synagogue, it could happen in a church, it could happen in a grocery store. And so the obvious is no longer the obvious. But what I do advocate is when you are coming onto or into a venue, use what's considered situational awareness. Immediately identify your exit points. If you're with other people, have a buddy system. Have a system that if, in fact, you hear something and it just, that is not the type of sound that you were supposed to hear in that type of venue. And let me just back up for a moment. There are too often times where people wait to hear or see some reaction to what they already know may potentially be gunshots. If you're in a nightclub and you hear what you believe are gunshots, I tell people, assume they are gunshots. Get out of that venue as quickly as possible. Don't wait to see the stampede or see the reaction of, in fact, confirming that they were gunshots. Use your common sense, hit that exit and get out of there as quickly as possible. If it turns out it was nothing, hey, at least it was a good exercise, but it probably will save your life.
Incredibly important information, and be thankful for every single day that we have. Stuart Kaplan, former FBI special agent, appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.